Do you ever feel like the world is just like not meant for you? That's how I feel. I feel like the world is trying its hardest to tell me to fuck off and die and leave. That's what I feel like the world is trying to say to me right now. Because do you ever just get the feeling like everything is against you, the entire world is against you, and you're just like not meant to be here? Like, I feel as though the world is meant for some people and not meant for other people. It's like if you were born into a family who has even just like a little decent amount of money, you'll probably be okay. Because like you can go to school and possibly get a halfway decent job, or you can like live with your parents. Like even if you don't go to school or can get a decent job, like if you have parents that have like a house that you can live in, I don't. If you have parents that have like a car they can give you, I didn't used to. My parents finally got a new car and they were able to like let me have their old car. And I had to pay so much money to get that car fixed for it to even run. I got fired on my birthday, like technically laid off because my company wasn't making enough money, but literally got fired on my birthday. And then my car broke down, like right after that, like completely total broke down, like had to scrap it, wouldn't work. And so my parents were nice enough to give me their car, but I had to use all of my savings to get the car to even run. And then on top of that, I went to do the only job that I could pretty much get with my fucking selective mutism, stupid on the spectrum trash ass brain. It was like the only job I could even get was DoorDash at this point, because I used to be a server like pretty much my entire life, and I made okay money, but I also didn't have a kid, so you know it was like easier to pay for myself, and I didn't eat much either, so it was just like making a little bit of money was fine. But I can't make a little bit of money now, and I can't even be a waitress anymore because I have so much anxiety. I would get up to go to work and I would just cry every morning because I didn't want to be around people because my social anxiety and my like being on the spectrum. It was just, I would get like selective mutism. I would go into work and there would be like, 7 to 10 people there who I did not get along with or weren't my friends, people I didn't even know, strangers, crackheads, drug addicts, all sorts of humans. If you ever worked in a restaurant, you'll know it's unpleasant. The human experience when you work in a restaurant is very unpleasant. At least it was for me. I guess if you're an extrovert or somebody who's not shy or on the spectrum, it's probably fine for you. But for some of us, like absolute hell. And so I'm working DoorDash. It was good. It's nice because like you can kind of like be alone if you're like the introvert on the spectrum, anxiety induced person like me. But I still like talking to people sometimes, but it just doesn't make enough money. Like I started doing DoorDash. I made like a decent amount at first, and then my car started to get damaged from driving around so much. I had to get new tires every second, and new tires are so expensive. I mean, over $100 for one tire. It's like I don't even make $100 in one day on DoorDash. So, and then gas on top of that. And then there's the stress of dealing with people who are so entitled and they don't tip at all. Like I would deliver to really nice neighborhoods, and these people live in literal mansions and they tip you absolute garbage. Like I guess that's why they live in mansions. How do the rich stay rich? They fucking walk all over everybody else. And I went to go DoorDash the other day, and my car again needs more work done, so it was like it won't even drive at this point. And then I also have a donut on my car because my tire popped while I was driving it, and then so I have a donut on the back. And then I walk out yesterday morning and my front tire is also flat, even though I have a donut on the other one. I can't even put the donut on the new tire because I have a donut on the back and a flat tire on the front. So life is lifing. I don't exactly know what to do. I can't even pay rent at this point. So I guess I'm going to be homeless. And I'm starting a business. And like you'd think that would be amazing and I'd be so happy because I'm starting a business. But first of all, I had to have help to even like start the business because I'm completely flat broke. I can't make enough money to like save money, right? But on top of that, it's like I can't even do everything I can for the business because I have to go out and make money. Like, I have to DoorDash every day to make money. And I don't even, and then I obviously have a daughter, so I have to take care of my daughter. But then on top of that, it's like I have no time to even start and run the business because I'm busy trying to survive. Like, how do you start a business when you can't even survive, like, the day? Like, I don't even know how I'm going to survive today. Like, I have to pay rent. And I have no money. I have no car. So I can't even, like, go to my job because I have no car. So being 36 sucks. Being an adult is just ass. It's like, it's so hard to climb out of a hole that started before you were born. The hole that I'm in started before I was born. Like, it was so hard to climb out of that hole when my parents were also poor, and like I had to like help my parents. Like, I had to give my parents money because they were so poor. I've done so many things. I've started so many things. I have different YouTube channels, social media. I can't seem to commit to any of them, but it's not because I don't want to, but it's because when you're struggling so hard in life the way that I am, it's like every day is just a struggle to survive. So it gets really hard to be consistent on one thing. Like, posting on social media, I actually love. Like, I love making YouTube videos and I love posting on Instagram. I love taking photos. But then when you wake up and you're depressed because everything is just falling to shit in your life, everything goes to shit in your life, it's like, what's the point of posting? So then you become very inconsistent. I have not eaten in 2 days. Like, I can't eat. It's because I'm on the spectrum, so like it affects me in really weird ways, but I'm so stressed that I can't even eat because part of my brain is like, what's the point? Like, what is even the point of eating when I can't even survive? Like, what's the point? Like, I don't know. But I can't eat when I'm depressed. So I wake up and I'm like struggling so hard just to even put like water in my mouth, in my body. And so, I don't know, some days I just don't see the point in doing things. Like, I guess that's kind of what depression is, though. You don't see the point in doing things you like. And I like making videos and I like posting on Instagram, but I don't see the point when I have, like, it doesn't make me any money and I need to make money. And like, life has been so hard for me because everything revolves around money. It's like, make money or die. And I haven't been making money, so this video is so depressing, and I don't like going on my YouTube and like being depressed, like saying depressing things or being depressed, because I don't really see the point of that. Like, it's not gonna do me any good, so I'm kind of like, why would I do it? But today, it's like keeping it inside is like killing me. Like, I actually feel stress from like the thought loops in my brain, like, is causing me to like feel physically ill. So I was like, okay, I need to like say something to the camera. But I have a hard time talking to people, especially when I'm stressed out, because I'll just like cry. But I also don't have it in me. I have selective mutism. I don't have it in me to like talk when I'm depressed, like to people. I can talk to my camera, but I can't talk to a person when I feel like this. So here I am venting to my people, to some of you who I have here that care but probably don't want to hear me vent about being sad. So sorry. I know it's okay to share and I know it's okay to put yourself out there, but for whatever reason, I feel like when it's me, it's like it's okay for everybody else, but when it's me, it's not okay. It's the same way that I always feel. It's like, why is the world out to get me specifically? I guess it's not, but it feels a lot like it is. And it's like, I don't understand why everybody else can succeed and everybody else can speak like a normal human and have a job like a normal human, but I can't. And it just always brings me back to the feeling that the world is not made for me and that like I should just give up, because the world is not made for me. It's just not. There are so many things about me, my brain, the world in which I was born into that like makes me feel like I just was not supposed to be here. And that is such a depressing thought, but it's just the truth. And some days are really good. And like, honestly, when I can pay my rent and my extremely high electric bill, I feel very grateful. Like, I feel grateful for a lot of things. Like, a lot of days I feel grateful for a lot of things. But as soon as any one thing goes wrong, and I was talking to my partner about this the other day, but I feel like the whole world is against me. It doesn't want me to be here. It wants me to opt out. But then Mina was like, oh, it's because, when you're poor, any little tiny setback is like life altering. And that is exactly how it feels. And I keep saying this, but I feel like I was just born into this like shitty life. You know what I mean? Like, I was born into like way below poverty. Like, if you can even go below poverty, that's where we are. Like, the bar is in fucking hell. And so, because I was just like born into that, I don't feel like I can climb out. And I don't think I was meant to be perfectly honest with you. It's gonna sound crazy, but I swear on YouTube, I've just been seeing all of these like culty videos of like, I call them culty videos because it's like the manifestation content. Like, I keep seeing these commercials for like this girl talking about something that I have no idea what she's talking about, but it sounds very culty. But I am the type of person who can easily fall into a cult because I get so overwhelmed with how much I feel like life doesn't want me here. I get so overwhelmed by that feeling that I feel like I can very easily fall into a cult. Like, I've been seeing that stuff online everywhere. So like, I'll fall into like the whole manifestation content, but I know it's like not real. I know some of y'all are probably gonna cover me in the comments like, manifestation is real. It's not. And I think if you've never lived in a world that was like so bad, like if you're like, I feel like the only people who believe in manifestation are people whose worlds are just not that bad. Like, that's how I feel. Because I'm like, there's no way that any sane person believes that they manifested their life when their life is that bad. Like, there's no way that people who have like severe problems should believe that they manifested those problems. Like, that doesn't make sense. But it's like, I want to believe in it because I just need something to change my life. I need something to give me some sort of hope. Otherwise, I know a lot of people make starting over in your whatever age you are videos, but to be perfectly frank, I don't have to start over because I've never started. Like, I've never gotten anywhere. I have been struggling like this since the day that I was born. My life has been a dumpster fire since the day I was born. As crazy as that is to like comprehend, I'm sure some of you can understand that. But like, when your life has been a dumpster fire since the day you were born, it's like, how is there any hope of climbing out? I just feel like I've tried so hard my entire life. I've worked so hard. I've had a job since I was 16. And I've had a job, and I worked that job every single day since I was 16. And I'm so nice. Like, I try to be so like kind to people, and I always help people. And I'm thinking, like, what was the point of any of it? Like, what was the point of even doing any of that? At this point, I just want to be in my villain era. Like, is it gonna help me? I don't know. Probably not. But maybe it will. Maybe it'll make me feel a little bit better. The other day I was driving, and I just ran through a stoplight because I was like, oh, I'm sorry, is the world gonna freaking end because I like ran a yellow light? Like, screw them, I don't even care. Like, this is how bad it is. I'm in my literal villain era at this point. Of course, I'm like the nicest person ever, so like, in my villain era, the worst thing I can do is like run a yellow light, which is just fucking pitiful, to be perfectly frank. Like, I'd rather do something more villainous, but I don't know if I even have it in me to do anything more villainous. Plus, it probably wouldn't help me anyway, but just thinking about being in my villain era makes me feel the teeniest bit better. This world doesn't help me. Like this world is just absolute trash, garbage fire to me. So I'm like, why am I always being so nice to other people and helping people and holding the door open for people and like working hard? Like, even the last job that I was at that actually like helped me in my life, like, it was a steady job. Even then, it was garbage. Like, my boss still didn't pay me anything and didn't give a crap about me. Like, he literally buys a fucking Porsche every now and then, like has 2 houses, like blah, blah, blah. And half of his employees, almost all of his employees, except for one, can't even afford to like get their car fixed. Like, make that make sense. So I'm in my villain era because I'm just tired of all the crap. And I know it's not going to do me any good. Like, why am I in my villain era? It's not going to help me, probably. But if it makes my mental health even just a little bit better, that sounds absolutely insane, to be perfectly honest. I'm in my villain era. That's going to help my mental health slightly. But you know what? It does. It does. I don't care. I'm going to run a yellow light and I'm going to be like, to the world. And it's going to make me feel a little bit better for like 5 seconds. Every guy I've ever met since I was like 15 has been just an absolute monster, completely taken advantage of me. And every boss I've ever had taken advantage. Like people in this world just absolutely suck. They're garbage. And I tell my partner that sometimes, and they're like, I believe that people are like mostly good or like mostly nice, but I'm not of that belief. And I'm 36 years old, so I think I can confidently say that given my experience in this world, most people are in fact trash. And I don't feel like being a good person is even gonna make like my life better at all. So I feel like I need to be in my villain era so that I can not be taken advantage of. That's how I feel. We can be villains together. I'm gonna put on this lipstick so I can make myself feel a little better. Yeah, I don't think this video is going to help my life almost in any way, but you know what? If there's one of you out there who also feels like the world is ass and trash and out to get you and that you don't belong here because everything is against you and you're now in your villain era as well, then we can be villainous together. But complaining aside, in all reality, we're still gonna have to do something about it. It's an unfortunate reality is that no matter how low you are, no matter how far in hell the bar is for you, there is nowhere to go but up. Actually, that's not true. I don't even feel like that's actually true. I feel like no matter how low you are, it can always go lower. Because it can just, I feel like, I know people say that like when you're at the bottom, there's nowhere to go but up, but I am not a believer in that. I think no matter how low you are, I've always managed to be able to get lower. That sounds so sad, but it's so true. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I have rent I can't pay for. I have a huge electric bill. I have no fucking job. My car's broken down. But it can get worse. It can. I can get sick. I could be homeless, which I might about to be. Could be. I could be homeless pretty soon. So, yeah, it could get worse. But we're going to try to make it better. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, I've always felt like my life has been pretty low. And I've been depressed pretty much for as long as I can remember. But I've always still tried. And I will continue to keep trying because that's pretty much all I can do at this point. It's either try or die. There's only 2 options, and I only get 2 options. And some days, half dozen to the other. I don't know which one I'm going to pick. But most days I pick try because I have to. So, we're going to try to take a deep breath. A few deep breaths. Maybe cry it out if that helps you. It does not help me. Crying actually makes me feel a lot worse. I feel a lot more empty inside after I cry, actually. Good things we have. Let's try to point out the things that we're grateful for to end this video because complaining is not helping. I'm grateful for my partner because they help me all the time and they always try to make me feel better. Sometimes it doesn't work because I'm a very depressed person. It's like sometimes nothing helps. But they try to make me feel better, and that is so nice, honestly. Like, that's so sweet. Like, anybody that tries to make you feel like you're not alone is good. Keep them around. I'm grateful for my daughter because she's really sweet, and I love her so much. And she's pretty much the only reason I try at all. I gotta be so honest. She's the only reason I try because I don't want her to live in this world without me because the world is trash. Personal experience, the world is trash. It is ass. And my mom was not very good at making me feel like good at all. So I'm trying not to be like her, and I want to be like helpful to my kid. If I brought my kid into this world, I need to be there to help them. And I feel like a lot of parents are not like that. And I'm grateful that I have a place to live today, even if I might not have it tomorrow. I'm like starting to cry. I can't cry. If I cry, I'm gonna be in trouble. I do have a lot of things going on, brain-wise, mental-wise, like body-wise. Like I have a lot of crap going on. But I am grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful that I can talk sometimes. I'm grateful that I'm cute. I know a lot of people think pretty privilege is like the end all be all, but trust me, it's not. I've been cute my whole life and I ain't never got shit for it. So, but I am grateful still because, you know, some people's lives are harder simply because they don't even like to look at themselves. So I understand that and I'm grateful for that. I gotta be so honest, that's all I can think of right now. I'm grateful for my sisters. I have nice sisters. That's all I can think of right now. I think that's all I'm grateful for, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, I'm just gonna take it day by day, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day for us all.